What up, World Rage Team? Back at it again. Welcome to the episode. Now, if you grew up in the early 90s and loved video games, there was one show that basically felt like every kid's dream. A TV show all about video games. But here's the crazy part. Most people can only remember Video Power as a game show where kids competed in video game challenges. But that's not how the story started. It actually began as a cartoon show with a character called Johnny Arcade, and it looked completely different. So today, I'm breaking down how Video Power originally started, why the show completely changed formats, how it turned into a real video game competition, and why it disappeared after only a few years. Before I get into it, did you guys actually watch Video Power growing up? I love Video Power. I used to watch that shit every morning. It used to come on every morning on UPN in Chicago. I think it came on at 7:30. The original show was like a cartoon, and then they would talk about video games. I watched it for the video game because the cartoon was kind of corny, but it was a good show. And then like the next season, when a new season came out or whatever, the show completely changed. It turned into a fucking video game show, like a competition show. So I'm gonna talk about Video Power. I don't know if everybody watched that because I think it was in syndication, so I don't believe it came on everywhere. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You're watching. So Video Power launched in 1990. I was 10 years old at the time. I love video games. I love Nintendo. And the show focused on, like, it was like a video game show, but they also had a cartoon. And the cartoon took most of the show. I remember it came on in the morning before I had to go to school, so around 7:30. It came on UPN in Chicago. I don't know what channel that is. Maybe it wasn't UPN. I don't think UPN was around in 1990. But it came on. It was in syndication. It was on a show in Chicago. And I would watch that shit every morning just to give like video game tips, because he would give video game tips on some of the like popular games at the time.
It's time to get the Video Power Edge. Our first tip is from Game Players Magazine for Ninja Gaiden 2 for NES. In stage 5-2, go for the one-up behind the lower globe, but watch how Ryu glides from one edge to another. Wait until his enemy gets as far away as possible, then attack.
And I love the show, but the cartoon fucking sucked. They had the cartoon that they had the show, I guess. It was a cartoon-based show, I guess. So they had the cartoon, and he would talk for a few minutes before the cartoon, introduce the cartoon, and then after the cartoon, he would talk for a couple minutes, and that was in the show. And
every day, we're going to see an exciting, a heart-stopping, a nail-biting animated adventure starring a pretty strange collection of video game superstars known as the Power Team. The Power Team stars Quirk, America's favorite tomato, Max Force, Narc's superpower, Pyros of Wizards and Warriors, Tyrone, the coolest arch rival, and Bigfoot, the king of the monster truck. Trust me, these guys are the hottest superhero team ever to fight the dark forces of evil, and no one is more evil than Mr. Big. We'll have a Power Team adventure for you every day. Okay, settle in. Here's the plan. We're gonna check out the #1 episode of the Power Team, the premiere. First time on television. It's an episode where the team battles that good-for-nothing Mr. Big in an adventure called Yes, We Have No Tomatoes. And when the team wraps it up and we come back, we're gonna get the Video Power Edge on Ninja Gaiden 2 and the Revenge of Shinobi. Let's roll.
So I'm sitting there just for the video game tips because I love video games. So the guy's name was Johnny Arcade.
Hi, I'm Johnny Arcade, and this is a half-hour Video Power. Video Power is all about video games. This is the only show that's going to give you everything you could possibly ever want to know about the whole world of video games. We'll be going right to the sources of the hottest new games, talking to game inventors right in their own programming labs. We'll also interview game counselors, people who do nothing but play games all day long, and they get paid for it. How do I get a job like that, right? We'll also be checking out our favorite TV and movie stars to find out what games they're playing. If it has anything to do with video games, we've got it, or we'll get it.
It was a good show for its time, and for a kid like me that liked video games and liked cartoons, it was all right. It was basically meant to promote Nintendo and give kids gaming tips. The Power Team cartoon. So the show also introduced a cartoon called the Power Team. This is what the cartoon I was talking about. The characters were based off of popular video games, Arch Rivals, which was a big game back in the day. Narc, I never played Narc. Bad Dudes, I never played that. Karnov is like a warrior game or whatever. And Quirk, I remember Quirk. The character formed a superhero-style team fighting villains in the video game universe. They were like the Avengers or whatever in video games. The concept was there, but the cartoon sucked. Like, the voice acting was so bad, especially the black kid from Arch Rivals. He was so bad And then you had the quirk dude that would say ridiculous things. The voice acting was real bad.
I never only shipment of tomatoes. Is this any way for video game heroes to act? Wait. You got something against tomatoes, Tyrone? Oh, these aren't ordinary tomatoes. They're talking tomatoes, and they know my name. Now here's one with a bad haircut. Oh, Quirk, it's you. Real funny, basketball brat.
I know what they were going for. It just didn't hit. Even though it was a TV show for kids, it was not a good cartoon. And like I said, I would watch the show just to get to the video game section because that's all I was worried about. So, they had to put that cartoon section in the show to make it work, I guess. It was because it was a cartoon show. But they put the video game characters in the show too to make it seem like I don't know what say the truth, I don't know what they were going for. It wasn't a good cartoon, but it kept me engaged to the point where I wanted to watch the end because the cartoon overall was terrible. Why the show changed. The main reason why the show changed is because the original format struggled. The cartoon wasn't popular, like I said. Kids wanted real gameplay. Like I said, the only reason why I watched it was because I wanted to see the video game section. And producers realized the competition idea worked better. So season 2 was completely different from season 1. It turned into a video game show. And I was like totally surprised because they came out with, it was a new intro. Like they were rapping and shit. It was fucking crazy.
Video power. Video power. My soul is kicking with maximum height. Say video power? Yeah, that's the right word. I've got the ability to make you win. Do you want the edge? I'll put power surge. Let it rip. Feel the power! Feel the power!
And they had a whole, Johnny Arcade came back. And there was a co-host too. The whole show was corny to be honest. But it was engaging to watch because there was nothing on TV at the time like that. It was like the only show on TV where there was a video game based game show. It was like Twitch before it was like out or whatever.
It's Support America, TV's big half hours video power. And now here's that guy who decided to let his hair turn gray just like that guy Bob Barker. Say hello, Johnny Arcade! Thank you very much. Thank you, Terry. And it's compliments like that make me pop a wheelie. And thank you, Steve. Thank you very much. So, let's give this jiving juggernaut juiced up and ready to rip, huh? I'll strut over the hedgehog I am right now in here and see where it takes me today. I'll just press the power activated button and go.
So, I can see why the format changed. They got it. Kids wanted to see more video games. But the way they changed it wasn't up to par in my opinion. And I thought that they could have did a better job in showing more video games, which they didn't. The game show era. This is a version most people remember. Johnny Arcade was the host. Contestants competed in trivia questions, arcade challenges, NES gameplay. The winner got to play the final challenge called the Power Challenge. So this is the show everybody remembers. A lot of people don't remember the original version. This was more like a video game show. They got kids out of the audience. I think they were pre-selected though. And I think it was like 4 kids or whatever. 3 to 4 kids, something like that. They had 3 kids and they answered a bunch of questions and they played the video game to get more points or whatever. And the winner goes to the final thing where they get like a Velcro suit on or whatever, and they had to Velcro all as many games to their thing as possible. And if they found the main game, they would win a big ass power prize, which was fucking awesome. And they still had the section where you could write a letter to get on the show or whatever. And my dumb ass just kept sending letters and never getting a response because my stupid ass at the age of 10, 11 thought that, oh, they call me and I could go to New York, which would never happen, and get on this stupid show, which would never happen also. So that shit was so stupid thinking about it now. I had no chance of ever getting on that show or ever getting a video game because I'm pretty sure they pre-recorded all like 30 episodes, and that extra shit at the end where they said send a letter was all bullshit. So
But you want me to do some tips from your favorite video games, or just want to be on the show? Like to me 5 words or more, 21 people to be a contestant on the greatest video game show in the universe, Video Power. Just like the Video Power Video Box 896 Massive Station, New York, 10159.
That sucks for kids like me, but I like the show. I used to watch it. I thought it could have been better. I thought it was kind of, the video game sections were rushed. I know they have to fit all this shit in 30 minutes, which was like 17 minutes after commercials. So I get it. It had to be that fast, but if they had an hour to really hash it out, I thought this could have been like a real good video game show. It was the first one, if I remember correctly, but it could have been a great show if they had more time. The final challenge. So in the show, the winner had to complete a game objective within a time limit. Some examples are reach the end of a level, beat a certain amount of enemies, score some points.
Get into take you to RoboCop right now. This is one of the easier levels of the game. But RoboCop is kind of working out when he's got to clean up the street. He's got a lot of problems here. He's got street thugs to deal with and much more. As we work our way down through the streets, this is our man Tony in the number 4 position. Now Tony's keeping his concentration, leading into the street. You can see thugs already giving him lots of trouble here. Now he's taking these guys out. He's chosen a weapon here that'll help him work his way through the streets.
And if they won, they got to run through the prize wall, grabbing games and consoles, like I said before. So this was the best part of the show, in my opinion. They had so many fucking games, and the grand package was huge at the time. You would get like a Nintendo Power Glove with a bunch of games and shit.
Now you've earned your way back into the finals for tomorrow. Any special strategy you'll be using overnight?
Try my best, practice up.
And have fun, that's what it's all about. And we've got something for fun. It's the run. A run through them all. Now listen, I got a secret prize for you right back here if you find it. It's Mike Ditka's Power Football. He designed a lot of this game himself. If he takes home Mike Ditka's Power Football, if you find it, what do we got for him today? Check it out. Johnny Arcade, we got the entire TurboGrafx 16. Not a bad little prize. You ready to take the run of your life?
Yes, sir.
I've seen it where the dude was just grabbing all the shit, putting it all on his head and all this shit. And he found the fucking main package. So he got all those games. Sometimes there were repeat games too. So he got all those games and the fucking whole package.
The games begin at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He begins as he tests the ball. Good for all. Using his hand right away. Not a bad little display. Check it out now. He's got a pass on either side. He's over a pass in the back. And look at this guy grab those prizes. He's been through the ball several times.
There were some times where time would run out and they wouldn't get nothing, or they wouldn't get the big prize or whatever. It would fall off or whatever. So I like that whole premise where you can grab as much shit as you want. It's like going on like one of those Toys R Us shopping sprees, but it's all video game shit.
Here we go for Bad News Baseball. Here's an excellent tennis game. Shido. Here's a game called Boxing, yeah. Hey, Batman. Oh, Unbelievable, the Immortal. Blicky. Here's another game, Days of Thunder. Another Batman for his friend. Bring a Game Boy, Bobette. A G-Lock for Sega. Here's Mike Ditka. He's got the secret prize. That big body. Huge system for him to play. Artista's Ring. This guy could be a new record. Check it out. He gets the secret prize here. Here's another Game Boy Rescue to Bobette. Alex, you are a serious winner. You've got yourself the Power Inline Sticks. But there's more. He's got the bike, so bring it on. Here comes Dad. This is unbelievable. Take. Look at the prizes he's got. An entire TurboGrafx system. A big winner. A dad is a big winner. It's a family. Hope you've got another big winner. And it's 2.5 hours.
So I love that whole premise. I wasn't a big fan of the scoring points in the video game shit. So that was always one of the big things that they did in these video game shows. They would pick a game and the most points would be the winner or whatever. And that was one of the main things that they did in the video games that they played when they played each other to get to the final round. But it was pretty much every little kid's dream to be able to get all those fucking video games. And I thoroughly enjoyed that part of the show. Why did video power disappear? Some of the possible factors why the show ended so abruptly: changing TV programming, Nintendo marketing shifts, limited syndication run. It only ran for 2 seasons, from 1990 to 1992, or is that 3 seasons? I don't know. 3 seasons. So it didn't have a long run. I don't think they really knew how to produce a show like that because video games weren't as huge as they are now. They were big and getting big. I think if this show would have came around like 5 or 6 years later, it would have been huge. It would have been probably the best thing on TV with better production and a serious marketing to get it out to everybody. Because I'm pretty sure everybody didn't watch Video Power growing up. Even though it was big in Chicago and it was on TV, if they put it on in the morning. Like, only way you would watch the show is watching it before you go to school. If they actually wanted this show to succeed, they would have put it on at like 3 o'clock, right in the middle, right when kids were getting out of school. And I think it would have been huge because kids would have watched it. And I don't think they knew how big video games were going to get. And they really dropped the ball on a show that could have been very successful instead of running 3 seasons. So even though Video Power only lasted a few years, it was one of the first shows that treated video games like a real competition. And honestly, it was basically a preview of things we see today with esports and streaming. Well ahead of its time. 30 years before this shit became big. But if you watched this show growing up, you already know every kid wanted to be on the stage playing video games. It was a total big deal, especially in the 90s. If you enjoy video games about retro TV, old cartoons, and classic gaming nostalgia, make sure you like and subscribe because I'm driving into a lot more forgotten shows like this. That's gonna do it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. There's only 24 hours in a day, and you decided to give me a couple minutes of your time. Time is very valuable. I hope I didn't waste it. Thank you very much. Like I said, that's gonna do it for the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll get you guys on the next one. You've been watching